Rotor system. There are a lot of things that can go wrong with rotors that are undetectable simply to the naked eye. When it comes to a vehicle's braking performance, there is arguably no single component that determines the success of each braking event than a rotor. Now, what is success? How about stopping a car within an acceptable distance, or stopping a car with minimal noise? OE matching rotor and pads, such as premium Raybestos brand advanced technology, are the best way to stop a vehicle with virtually no noise. However, a rotor that's got a hidden problem won't accomplish either of those things. And often, a rotor's problems aren't detectable to the naked eye, which is why a complete brake inspection involves a thorough check of the rotor to ensure any problems are found and corrected. Two symptoms of a rotor that must be inspected are thickness variation and lateral runout. Thickness variation is a variance in the thickness of a rotor. Lateral runout is the side-to-side motion in the rotor as it turns on the hub. Excessive lateral runout creates thickness variation, which causes brake pulsation because the pad is continually rubbing against one part of the rotor on each revolution. Let's take a closer look at thickness variation first. As we said, thickness variation is just that, a variance in the thickness of a rotor. Rotors must have enough thickness to effectively stop the vehicle, maintain structural integrity, and absorb and dissipate heat. If a rotor is too thin, it won't properly dissipate heat. See, the thickness of the rotor plays a significant role in properly dissipating heat. If the rotor becomes too thin, it can't dissipate enough heat during the braking process, and that will soon affect the car's braking performance. Variations as little as 0.005 can result in pedal pulsation or noise. Thin rotors also stand more of a chance of cracking. A rotor below its minimum thickness specifications must be replaced. Lateral runout is any side-to-side motion of the rotor while it spins on the hub. So what's happening between the rotor and pads if the rotor isn't spinning true? Well, even without the brakes being applied on a moving vehicle, the rotor hits the pads lightly on each revolution, leaving thin spots that cause vibration. It's this part of the rotor that constantly hits the pad that causes pulsation when the brakes are applied. So what are the causes of lateral runout? Stacked tolerances, hub runout, bent hub, rust or burr on hub or rotor hat, excessive wheel bearing play, over-torquing lug nuts, two-footed driving, and improperly adjusted rear brakes. Any one of these areas, or a combination of them, can cause excessive lateral runout. Balance and surface finish also contribute to the rotor's overall performance. An out-of-balance rotor greatly increases vibration and noise when the brakes are applied. Rotors become out of balance from normal everyday use, or sometimes come with problems when they were originally manufactured. When selecting a rotor, look for a manufacturer like Raybestos that uses mill balancing techniques, an OE standard, to ensure it's well balanced. A rotor's surface finish is one of the biggest contributors to brake noise. A machined rotor with a surface finish that's not smooth enough can grab and jerk brake pads up and down, leading to brake noise. If you can feel grooves on a rotor with your fingernail, or write your name on the rotor with a ballpoint pen and the ink breaks up into dots instead of a continuous line, the rotor is too rough. All rotors have an RA factor, which stands for roughness average. The lower the RA number, the more smooth it is. Premium Raybestos brand advanced technology rotors possess a surface finish to minimize noise and improve the responsiveness of the brake job. Advanced technology rotors are manufactured with lower RA numbers than competing rotors. If you want to avoid noise from both the car's brakes and your customers, installing an advanced technology rotor will eliminate both of these. Advanced technology rotors come ready to install right out of the box and are guaranteed to have virtually no lateral runout and a low RA finish, so pedal pulsation and noise, which can be caused by an improper rotor finish, are basically non-existent. As you know, over time rotors wear down in the form of ridges or grooves from where the brake pads rub against it. That's why when pads are replaced, rotors need to be either replaced or machined smooth to allow the new pads to have an even contact surface to work with. Failing to do this will lead to brake noise and poor brake performance. The metallurgy of rotors also contributes to the overall effectiveness of the braking system. For example, rotors machined with damped iron are effective in reducing noise because of its long, thick carbon fibers that absorb more vibration.